Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have just returned back from a trip, so in this video I'm going to share with you all about creating the smallest art kit I think I've ever made. And also how I made the little mini journal that I took with me as well. I started off with the art kit by searching for the smallest bag I could find in my big box of bags. This little old pencil case I thought would work very well, and then I put in what I consider the essentials, and then I made my journal out of envelopes because I seem to be really into making envelope journals at the moment. So I'll show you that and get to talking when I think it's relevant. Make the journal, I'm going to do exactly what I did in the envelope tutorial that I showed you a couple of weeks back, but I'm going to only use 3 envelopes. If you want to see how to make a journal out of lots and lots of envelopes just backing onto each other, then go and check out the tutorial I'm linking now. And I haven't done one of these because what my plan is to stick this into my everyday journal. Here it is. So I wanted something that I could stick in at the back, like I will, like this, once I've made it up, and that will sit in here. I didn't want anything, although I do want things small to go in my luggage. I didn't want anything too small that it would be really bulky. If you take a small journal and put it in your regular journal, it becomes incredibly fat. So I thought the envelopes were the perfect size. It's both an okay size for me to travel around with, not too big, and also it's great size for sticking in the journal. What I also like about it is it will have pockets to put any receipts, ephemera, tickets in. Okay, so I can use these. I don't have time for perfection. I've just got to get the thing done. So I decided to use 3 envelopes to make this journal because then it gives me 2 sides, because this is a trip of 2 halves. I'm going away with a friend and then I'm going away with my mum. So this gives me 2 journals in one. And what I'm going to do, because I am a dependent journaler, I do journal practically every day. I won't say every single day of my life, but pretty much every day I do some form of written journaling. So I've made these sheets to put in, 1 in each side, so that I also have space to write down notes, ideas, memories, put the ephemera, although I've got these to tuck ephemera in, but I'm also going to put in my bag maybe some washi so that I can stick in anything that I want. So I've just checked the paper grain on my paper to add it in. If you don't know how to check your paper grain, I do have a video tutorial on that. And I'm not measuring it, I'm just tearing it, because those of you that have seen or taken many of my classes will have seen me ripping paper. This is how I prefer to cut my paper. Just take a ruler and do that. Now this might be a bit long, so what I could do is fold it in half and then use the rest to create a little pocket on that page that it will be on. I might just split this one in half, because it's not going to fit either way. So if I cut it in half, pages will be smaller, but there won't be any pages that are really, really small. So I'll fold this one over, and that can be, well, I'll level it up because I'm a bit wonky, but that can be an extra part of the page. The bigger one I might turn into a pocket. They're sticking out a little bit. Some people might mind that. If you accidentally do that, like I didn't measure well, I just folded it. You can refold them. You don't have to live with it like that if it bothers you. Tell you what, I'm just going to do this on this one and just guesstimate a third for each one. I love this colourway, so pretty. And I think I'm going to cut one of these in half as well and have like a smaller, so like fold it like this and have a smaller page in each one. I'm going to mix up these pages as well. So I've got two signatures, so I'm going to put the two smaller ones, one in each of those signatures, one of these pages in each one of the bigger pages in each one. I'm going to tear this one off and keep it as a bit of extra paper in one of these in case I need a bit of extra paper for anything. Same with this one. So truthfully, what scares me most is being somewhere without a journal to write down things. It's not necessarily all going to be about the holiday and what we're doing and things like that. It's genuinely probably just I need to write down my thoughts. I've got this thing, that thing that I'm thinking about and want to get out onto paper rather than in my head, and that's why you see it's already a little bit chunky. As soon as it goes in here, I'm going to stick it. This is a new journal and it's already looking a bit chunky just because I've been doing some backgrounds on it. So definitely don't want it any bigger, and how I'm going to keep these papers in is just with some embroidery floss, and then I can actually take them out if I don't want them in. If I don't use all of the papers when I come back, they can come out. If I use more on one side than the other, I can move them, although what I'm going to do to make sure they never come out without you wanting them to come out is on this next binding is you take it between like the other one, tie it off, making sure it goes to the end. It's the only thing about tying it in, sometimes it doesn't go where you want it to. That was too loose. That won't work because that's not very good. If ever you tie it and it's too loose, do not carry on tying it, undo it and retie it. Don't want a loose journal. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just tuck it into this one. So I'm effectively tying these two together. There we go. I can always redo them if I wanted to. As per the original envelope journal tutorial that I did 3 or 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago I think it is, you can make this hardcover if you want to, but I want to keep it relatively light for travel. And the reason why I have added these backgrounds in already and rushed a bit of painting on the envelopes as well is I want something ready. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time to dedicate to journaling over the next few days. Like I say, it's probably just going to be more a catcher for my mental health rather than trying to make pretty art journal pages. Therefore, I don't want to take lots of stuff. I'm gone with the smallest bag I can find. This is a little pencil case I had from years ago, and so far it just has in it my little watercolor palette that I made with Neocolor 2s. The reason I love Neocolor 2s is because you can really build them to get a decent amount of saturation of the colour to then use as a watercolor palette when you want to add a bit of water. So what I've also got in my pencil case is a water brush, And then so far I've only got 2 other things. I've got a biro, a black biro, which is like my go-to because I can use it for my writing, but I can also use it in place of a fine liner for any art I want to do. And then a white, very fine-tipped posca pen for details. This is the finest nib that they have, which is PC1MR. So I'm going to have a look. Now I realise I've actually got a little bit more room in this. I've got quite a lot of room in this. So I'm going to put in some washi first, and I'm looking and I've got quite a bit of washi to choose from. I'll go with this, something colourful. Quite like those dots. They might work with that. Oh, that's the only thing, sometimes they go diving. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Can I find those ones that... Oh, they're right down there. Holy smokes! There's loads. So I'll add these in, and you know, I think I can add a couple more poscas. I'm going to go with the smaller ones because they're just more versatile. If you take a fatter nibbed ones, or these are the regular, in my mind this size, the the 5M is the normal size. This is what I consider the normal size posca pens. But if I go with something small, I can do whatever these ones do. Yes, I'm going to use a lot more ink, but I can then also do fine detail as well. So I'm going to go with a black and a gold, maybe the silver, for a bit of detail. Girly in me wants the colourful ones, but just how much am I going to use? Okay, I think I'm going to stick with them and take a glue stick instead. I've got this smaller glue stick. Oh, I don't think it's got much left in it. Nah, just that little bit. So, it's not very heavy. Though part of me says if you're going to stick anything in, just use the washi for now and stick it when you get back and not have to take this. I mean, I've got to take all this stuff with me on a train. My gym bag is going to be heavy. It's going to have hair straighteners, hair dryers, several outfits, several pairs of shoes, biggest skincare stuff you've ever seen in your life. But I do decant. Could be indulgent and just take a couple. It is possible just to live off of a few posca pens. I'm sure some people do it, you know, and they're perfectly fine in their lives. Okay, I think those sort of 3 will be pretty together. I'll sacrifice the silver for these 3. So that is my travel art kit. The smallest I think I've ever done, and the smallest I could probably ever go. A tiny little watercolor palette made of Neocolor 2s. 2 washes, a normal sized and a skinny one. A water brush. A black biro, 6 posca pens in the smallest size, 3 that I think are essential or more essential, black, white and gold. That's an indulgence, taking the black, because I do have the black biro. So if I had to, I could go even smaller. And then 3 colourful ones. I'm not taking a pencil. If I want to sketch something, I will do it in pen. Love it. Still some room in it. I'm really proud of myself. There's still some room in there. I'm not going to fill it though. That is my little travel journal and kit for this little trip. It's really nice and squishy. It's got a really nice feel. I like using envelopes for journals. Squishy, squishy. give you a look at my nearly finished journal. I've still got a few things I need to, you know, put in, but I just did the front. I borrowed some scissors and a glue stick and just made these letters out of the paper that I tucked into the envelopes, and I think it's worked pretty well to detail the journal using the Posca pen. I did the dots and the outline with the Posca pen, which made me glad I took the black Posca pen, because I would not, you know, if I was being really stingy with myself and only allowing myself one of the black pens, if I just took the biro, I wouldn't have been able to get the same painterly effect. But I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, the whole thing did pretty well for me, I must admit. It's mainly a written journal, so, you know, nothing too interesting to look at, but I do like to keep like these things. Picking up cute postcards has become kind of my thing to include in my journals as my keepsakes. There was many other things that took my fancy, but I was good and stuck to £1.50 postcards. And really, for all of the stuff that you pick up along the way, you don't really need even that. You know, I have the tickets and the map of the place. I don't necessarily need a postcard, but it's a luxury I allow myself. And so I need to just finish up this journal, and then that is going to go in my regular everyday journal. So that's it, time to dismantle my little art kit. Thank you, art kit, for serving me very well. I do really like that washi I chose for it, so I will maybe use them for this, and may keep this together in this little pouch for me to recreate any little art kit with that in there as well for the upcoming days, weeks, months that I may want to throw something else in it and throw it in my bag, easy peasy. So let me know in the comments below, what has been your smallest ever art kit? I know really we could say just a piece of paper and a pen, but honestly, how many of us have ever stuck to that? Come on now. What has been your realistically tiniest ever art kit? Post in the comments below, let me know what goes into yours. Much love everybody, I'll see you all in the next one.